seniors. I always taught the senior Bible class. That was the one way I tried to stay connected with my students in Chicago. And it was also kind of a pride thing. It was kind of like my last shot. These kids were going to graduate and go to college and work and military. And I wanted to have a last shot at helping them to integrate their theology, their Bible knowledge with real life. And I was in that class. What do I remember? I remember, don't know who, but one of my secretaries coming in, we met in the sanctuary of the church, kind of similar to this, and walking down the middle of the aisle, said, Mr. Beebe, I need to talk. And told me, I wasn't so worried about the event, but what I realized right away, just like you're staring at me now, I was overwhelmed with these three things. They're watching me. They're watching me. They're watching to see how I'm responding to this urgent message that was just brought in. Soon they were going to know what it was all about. But it hit me, oh my gosh, I want them to see me a certain way in light of this message. They're watching me. Second, do I understand what's going on? Did I really hear the message accurately? Could it really be true that airplanes were flying into buildings intentionally? No. Surely it was a mistake. Surely it was an accident. Am I trying to understand clearly? Oh, and how will our students react and respond? Oh my goodness. How will our faculty react and respond? How about their family members? It's just like here in Philadelphia. Our world doesn't exist with our parents or family members just driving downtown to Philadelphia. Some are on airplanes, working and traveling to the East Coast, to the West Coast. Where are they? What would best assist my students in light of the crisis? Does it even matter to us? I remember thinking, oh, it's okay. It's in New York. It's in New York. We're in Chicago. And then it hit me, oh my gosh. Oh, no. It's also in Washington. 40-some minutes later. And then it hit me, oh my gosh. Oh, no. It's in Pennsylvania. And the implication is it coming? How about Chicago? What's happening? Do I understand these things? And the third thing that hit me is, do I even know what to do? Do I say something right now to our faculty and staff? Do I say something to my older students? If I do, how many of the older students? What's an older student? Should I tell everybody what happened? The seniors all the way down to first graders, kindergartners? What about those younger students? How are they going to react? Do I say anything at all? See, the whole experience 10 years ago gave me great concern to think about what our Christian schools should be and how it will contribute to developing young people, you guys, to live a life of faith in society. One of the verses that it brought to my mind is out of 1 Chronicles chapter 12, 32. I'll just spend a few minutes on this. It talks about folks that were coming to David in the town of Hebron. David had been banished by the followers of King Saul because he was a threat to the throne, and God had anointed him. The prophet had anointed him as the new king of Israel. But boy, they wanted him out of there, but supporters were coming to support him, and it lists these supporters. And this verse says, of Issachar, of the tribe of Issachar, men who had understanding of the times to know what Israel ought to do. And it's in this passage that some of the principles I want you to consider as you go to Phil-mont this year. How will Phil-mont help you live a life of faith today and even tomorrow? Well, the first principle is simply this: identify with a biblical model. In other words, I remember when the faculty member or the staff member came in, I remember thinking, they're looking at me. And I had to ask myself, what do I look like? Who do I look like? What image? What do I want to project? What message do I want to communicate? And I thought, who should I be following? And I'm reminded over and over again the importance of having a biblical model. And for us, it's very simple. You can have all kinds of heroes, and I've spoken on heroes before. I have even temporal heroes, heroes in this life, but I have one hero. The scripture says, my role is to grow up into maturity into Christ, to become like him in his death and his resurrection. And so it hits me. I want to identify with this biblical model. The men of Issachar identified with David, the king. They said, you know, he may be banished. Saul might think he's in charge. The people following Saul might think they're the right ones, but God gave us this clear message. David is my chosen. Gave that similar message for us in the life of Christ. This is my son. Listen to him. I want to be like Jesus. And as we live our lives, people are going to watch us. They're going to look at you, by the way. They're going to see how real, how valid, how relevant your faith truly is. Do you really believe it? What will they see when they look at you? Will they see us respond in the same ways as others who don't have any hope? Maybe we get angry. Maybe we get fearful. Maybe we try to overcome by controlling it, take charge. Get everybody away from me. I'll take care of it. Or will they see that even in the hardest times, God is still God, and his promises are still sure for us? He's going to be God. No one else will be God. Will they see us commit to what is right? Will they see us committed to God's anointed Jesus? Will people see you, not just in crisis, but today? When they look at you, will they see you committed to Jesus? I want that for me, and I want that for you. Second principle, understand the times. Do you ever wonder what the purpose of schooling is? I asked Mr. Kephart this morning, Mr. Kephart, do you know what the purpose of schooling is? And he started giving me a list of things, all very relevant. But it hit me, if I asked a lot of people, what's the purpose of schooling? We'd all have different things. Some people think schooling is to raise up people with skills so they can go to work. Some people think they can raise up college graduates so they can go to good colleges and get high-paying jobs. But you realize that in our country, anyway, the idea of schooling was to help equip individuals for personal achievement and service and contribution to a citizenry, to be good citizens for the body. That's the purpose of Phil-mont. Well, we teach reading, writing, arithmetic. But that's so you understand the specifics of the creation. Sometimes we get hung up, we think reading, writing, arithmetic are the goal. No, they're the tools. Through reading, writing, and arithmetic, we understand all that God has made, how he made it, maybe even why he made it. So when you study this year, stretch yourself. It's not just to pass the test. It's to understand something more about what he's made. How about this? The philosophies of the Word. That's why we're not afraid to teach you a lot of different things here. Even some things that in some schools, some Christian schools, would not be taught. Because you see what the scripture tells us in Colossians. It says to see to it that no one takes you captive. That's a war term, by the way. No one takes you captive through philosophy and empty deception, according to the tradition of men, according to the elementary principles of the world, rather than according to Christ. In other words, we need to understand the world and how it thinks, and what are the philosophies there that are constantly trying to take us captive so that we won't honor Christ as the King, the anointed. When you study this year, stretch yourselves. What is this teaching me about God's Word and his purposes in it? How about in crisis? I got to tell you, the last several weeks have been kind of freaky for me. Sitting in one of these offices, you should have been here today, when that earthquake kind of rolled through. We watched kind of the walls just kind of wobble. And it was like, whoa. So then we went to what? A hurricane. Within a week, we went to a hurricane. Several days later, we had surprise rains that turned into mass flooding. In Texas, by the way, We're finally getting some fires under control. Fires that have burned down over 1,500 homes, have had schools closed since Labor Day weekend. How will you live with the little things and the big things, the things that you know are coming and the surprises? The thing about Issachar says this: all of these men of war who could keep ranks came to Hebron with a loyal heart to make David king over all Israel, and all the rest of Israel were one mind to make David king. Today, you guys are called to be men and women of war for Christ. That's what Phil-mont's going to help you do. It's more than reading, writing, arithmetic. It's more than just getting a good grade and going to college. It's about making Jesus king. It's about asking him to give you a heart that's loyal to him. It's about coming together as a body to say we're going to help each other. Honor Jesus as king in our midst. I want to encourage you this year. Commit your role model. Commit to your role model. That should be Jesus. I want to be like him. I want to understand the times. I want to know what I should do or how to live. I want to develop a loyal heart. I want to make Jesus king over his creation. How do you do that, guys? How do you do that? Well, I don't know all the ways, but I can give you some very simple ones. Start here. Know the Lord through his word. You got to be people of the book. That's where you're revealing himself. Honor your parents. Listen to your teachers. Surround yourself with faithful friends who will pray for you and seek to keep you on a path of righteousness. And when you go off, they'll say, hey, get back here. And pray that God will lead you each day and in all circumstances, whether they're crisis things like 9/11, hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, or fires, or whether they're just everyday things, temptations that are causing you to wonder, I want to do this for me instead of doing